Having the F-16 would expand Ukraine's ability to shoot down incoming Russian missiles and drones. During last year's campaign, Russia relied on multiple attack platforms: Iran's relatively simple and inexpensive Shahed drone, reused S-300 anti-aircraft missiles, more advanced Kalibr cruise missiles, and even Russia's newest Kinzhal hypersonic missile. To shoot down just part of this arsenal, Ukraine had to rely heavily on ground-based anti-air systems, so much so that rumors spread that Ukraine was or could soon be running out of steam. No air defense, something the F-16 would help provide for Ukraine, to use a sporting metaphor, stay on its own goal line. Instead of a systematic defense of its skies, Ukraine is repelling targeted attacks on infrastructure point by point. U.S. President Joe Biden said he had received flat assurances from Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky that he would not use Western-supplied F-16 fighter jets to enter Russian territory. Biden told reporters in Hiroshima, Japan, at the end of a meeting of world leaders that the F-16 warplanes could be used anywhere Russian troops are inside Ukraine and the region. He said it was highly unlikely the plane would be used in an attack on Ukraine in the coming weeks, but that Ukrainian forces need such weapons to defend against Russian forces beyond their current reach. Granted, Ukraine will face several challenges in using the F-16 to its full potential. Any F-16 fleet would need a regular supply of Western air-to-air missiles. The real problem here may be that NATO is afraid to exhaust its collective arsenal on such weapons. If so, the West needs to increase production for its own sake, rather than nervously guarding existing supplies when they could be put to good use in Ukraine. Good news for Ukraine: Biden announced a $375 million military aid package, including artillery and armored vehicles, on the final day of the three-day G7 summit. Biden told G7 leaders during the Washington summit in favor of a joint allied training program for Ukrainian pilots in the F-16 fighter, even though Kyiv has yet to win a specific public commitment for the delivery of the fighter jets. Zelensky said he was confident Kyiv would receive F-16 fighter jets from the West after months of lobbying for them. Biden told reporters he discussed the matter with Zelensky during their private meeting. He said the F-16s would not be helping Ukrainian forces with respect to Bakhmut, for example, but could make a big difference in terms of being able to deal with what's coming. Even with the F-16, Ukraine would not be able to use air power according to NATO doctrine, where complementary aircraft types protect each other. But within the limited confines of Ukraine's combat space, such advanced air capabilities, designed to operate at long ranges and in enemy airspace, will be of little importance. However, Ukraine's primary need is to stay one step ahead of the Russian Air Force in order to maintain an advantage on the battlefield, that is, over Ukrainian territory. It should keep the Russian planes on the defensive and prevent them from effecting an impending Ukrainian strike. Ukraine's air power does not need to reach NATO standards to achieve that goal. In response to the delivery of F-16s to Ukraine, Russia is worried. We see that Western countries are still following the escalation scenario. This involves a huge risk to themselves. After all, this will be taken into account in all our plans, and we have all the necessary means to achieve the goals we have set.